Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very, very much. For those of you that are watching this over on Patreon, it is going out extremely late. I've had a really busy, crazy day. There will be more explanation as to why later, but just bear with me and grant me this lateness. It's 9:30 p.m. and I'm shooting this. I never shoot a video at 9:30 p.m. But anyways, let's just get into it. So this is for the week starting October 11th through the 17th. It is not only set for that date. You guys know the drill. If you're seeing this at any point in time, it is for the highest good of the greater collective there's for. There may be a message for you in it. There will be 3 cards, each one representing a few days of the week. Use them as you see fit. Any decisions that you make after having watched this reading in your day-to-day life is your responsibility. So keeping that in mind. And let's get into these cards and see what's going on. All right, so our beginning of the week card is Gertrude Stein, which is perspective. So with the literary witches, I don't know a lot about them, right? So let me just look at this for a minute. I'm just going to read Gertrude's little story because they only have small stories and I don't want to mess her up and I want to know what she's known for versus... It's interesting to me that those hands reaching out of the mirror are really calling my attention. I feel like something from our past might be coming back. Before I even read out of this book, it's called Perspective, right? But what I'm seeing here, it's interesting. We have the feather trapped in the cage. Let me just show you what I'm getting from here. We have the feather trapped in the cage. We have this spider sort of dangling, and we have this woman in a mirror, and then these hands reaching out from the mirror. And I love that Gertrude here is holding this rose, right? So to me, there's like a beauty. There's like good things that are happening in the beginning of the week. But I kind of feel like there might be things from the past lurking or coming back to sort of haunt us. I mean, it is October, so it's a good month to be haunted. But what I mean is more like it feels pesky to me. It doesn't feel overbearing or truly upsetting. It's like, to me, I feel like this woman in the mirror can't actually really hurt Gertrude. I believe now that I'm looking at this picture, I think this might be about a love affair between the two of them or something that she deeply loved in her story in the book. But for me, this feels like this might be a friend, a relative, an ex trying to come back into the picture. I don't feel like Gertrude or you guys are gonna let her, but that's kind of like also the bird feather in the cage to me. It has this slight feeling of being trapped, but ultimately it can slip right through the bars, right? So it's this idea that maybe something from the past might come towards us, surprise us, even in some ways startle us. That's kind of also the vibe I'm getting from that spider. But it's all about the perspective that we keep, right? And reminding ourselves of where we're at in our present moment. And what I love is that she's holding this rose to signify that, like, sort of she's still able to enjoy life. There's still beauty in her space. There's still love in her life. Gertrude is okay, even if she has a Cosby sweater on. Okay, so let me read Gertrude really quick. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little rummy today. Where is Gertrude Stein? I don't normally read these in between. And for the weeklies, I usually don't. But because we're working with 2 Oracle decks, I think I should, just so that I'm not screwing something up or missing something. One second. I'm having trouble finding it. I'm blind is a bad too. Okay, Gertrude Stein, perspective. Making sense frames new ways of seeing. Gertrude Stein, who lived from 1874 to 1946, hosted a popular Paris salon home to a staggering collection of modern art and famous visitors. Picasso, Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and so on. Influenced by the radical painters she supported, Stein set out to create cubism in writing. She stripped her poems of narrative and logic, playing instead with special relationships and processes. She shared her life with her romantic partner and secretary, Alice B. Toklas. Oh, I should know that. I've heard of Alice's name. I guess I'm not a very good gay. But anyways, I feel like this, to me, does not necessarily feel very loving. I don't know if it's the spider. I don't know. I just kind of feel like don't be surprised if something rears its... It's not like it's ugly, but it's just annoying to me. It just feels like, no, honey, that was dead. It's over kind of feeling is the vibe I'm getting from this. So let's look at the midweek card. Midweek card is Apple. Let's hear it for Apple. So... by the midweek, the apple to me always represents sort of nourishment. It can represent education too. Maybe we've gotten smarter. You know how you give a teacher an apple? So maybe from this perspective that we've gained in the early part of the week around a certain situation or person that might have, gotten our goose, so to speak, or been able to get under our skin, maybe they aren't quite so able anymore. This apple to me feels like the sort of the learning of that, or the education of that, the nourishment of that, all of the good things that come with apple. I feel like there's also, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm getting this sense of self-care, like feeding ourselves correctly, or really like taking better, like sort of care of ourselves, I think, in some way, shape, or form. However you can find that this week, the midweek would be a really good time to do that. I feel like this apple feels like, this is going to sound silly, but nutritious and delicious. So I kind of feel like whatever we held, it's not even about holding strong to me. It's just I feel like our perspective has shifted. Maybe we've outgrown something or some situation and it's no longer got the same effect on us. And because of that, we get to kind of move into the midweek, like almost patting ourselves on the back, feeling good and enjoying what life has to offer, like taking a giant bite out of that wonderful apple that we see at the midweek. Now, the end of the week, oh, look who it is. It's our good friend, the rabbit. All right, so rabbit to me, I always think that this rabbit is very observant. Let me look at him for a minute and see if he's still being as observant this week as he was last. To me, I feel like with this rabbit, I feel like he's weighing his choices. He's weighing his decisions. I feel like he still feels at peace to me. I don't feel any sort of nerves, fear, any of that skittishness that could come with sort of the feeling of a rabbit. To me, this rabbit feels smart, like he feels intelligent, like he feels observant. He's paying attention. He's no dumb ass rabbit. Like he knows what he's doing. And I kind of get this feeling that when he's ready to go, and I said this the last time when we had him last week, I feel like this rabbit knows when to move, and he will. There's no sort of, I almost want to say, like when I'm looking at all three of these cards, and I haven't even looked at the Queen of the Moon card yet, I feel like it almost feels like we're leaving something behind. Midweek, we're enjoying the growth and the expansion of having left that behind. And then Rabbit feels like he's moving us forward into the future by the week's end. Like we are ready to take the leap. We have made our observations. We have made our decisions. He feels very clear to me. He feels very precise. I don't know why. That's not necessarily something that I get with rabbits. So to me, I feel like the decision is clear. The decision has been made. And it's time to kind of move forward. And I kind of get the feeling that as we make that decision to move forward, in whatever it may be that we're working on, looking at, or desiring, we will move quickly. Rabbits will take the leap and move quite quickly. All right, so let's see what's going on with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Oh shit. Where is my... I forgot the grounding stones. Uh-oh. Where are they? Oh, I might have to go... What did I do with the grounding stones? Oh shoot, guys. And we have release. Waning crescent number 4. The numerology is 27, which comes to a 9, which is about personal completion. Release would be about this perspective card, right? We release something, or something releases us, the hold that it had over us, or the trigger that it may have developed within us. We've released it in the early part of the week. I think we experienced the joy of that. That's like sort of also this, the red hair we see flowing through here, to me reminds me of the redness of the apple in the midweek, right? She sort of has this reckless, like kind of, not abandoned, but like this freedom all of a sudden. I love these, let me get my pointer. Sorry, my light's not great in here. I love all of these butterflies, right? They're transforming as they're heading up towards the moon. So to me, there's like this room for transformation throughout this week, where we come out of like sort of this this field or this forest, out of the darkness and sort of into the light and towards our intuition, towards the moon. 9s always represent like that sort of idea of personal completion, kind of moving forward, moving on. I wish I knew where those grounding stones went. I set them down somewhere, damn it. Oh, here they are. Awesome. So I kind of feel like this whole week could be about this release, right? Even with that apple feels like we're enjoying our midweek, right? But we're also like releasing ourselves from any burdens to be able to enjoy it. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So like there's a freedom that's happening this week as we experience that, and as we move forward, which will be at the end of the week with that rabbit card, we really get to enjoy. Did a fly just fly by? Oh my god, it's the Mike Pence fly. All right. Let me see here. And we have, okay. So here is your grounding stone for the week, guys. It is happiness. This needs to be our focus this week, guys. What makes us happy? Is any situation coming from our past that maybe doesn't? Is anything sort of pulling us? Also, these cobwebs too make me think that it's from the past. You know, there's something that's kind of in the early part of the week, whatever it may be for each and every one of you. It may be something different. You know, it could be a relative, like I said, or an ex, or even a friend that, like, you know, might just be grinding your gears, or normally is able to get under your skin, and it feels to me like not anymore. I kind of feel like we're releasing that, we're letting that go. Keeping this focus of happiness throughout the entire week, grounding in the idea of that, also allows this sort of release to take place, and sort of this freedom to kind of brew within us, so that we can move forward towards whatever it is that we do want. That is your forecast for the week. Thank you guys for being patient. I'm sorry it's coming out so late tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you, and that one will be normally timed. I'll get up in the morning and do it. I don't normally do them this late, ever. So thank you for being patient. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button or the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.